All right, so today we're going to talk about why your guarantee that you have with your offer is actually losing you money and why your $100 million offer isn't selling. And to understand why, we got to have a look back at like where it all started. So I'm not going to go into it too much. I imagine if you're watching this video, maybe you understand a little bit about market sophistication and awareness. But effectively what happens in a market is that when it becomes crowded and it becomes extremely competitive, one of the ways you can combat that, especially at the beginning when it starts to get a little bit too crowded, is to start making bigger and bolder claims than your competitors. So for example, like in the weight loss space, it would be a case of if you're new to the market and it's not that competitive, you can just lead with the promise of, I'll help you lose weight, right? And that will get you customers because you're speaking to the desire of your potential prospects. The more and more fitness coaches that come into that space, the more crowded it gets. Just having the promise of you'll help someone lose weight won't cut it. You need to start making claims like lose X amount of weight or lose X amount of weight in a very short time frame, right? And then it comes to the case of lose X amount of weight in short time frame, or I'll give you your money back, right? And that's what the business space has kind of evolved to, or evolved a few years ago to that, where it just got to a point where, the only way you could get clients, or people thought, that you could get clients, was just by offering like a huge guarantee on your service and being like, if I don't make you this much money in the next 90 days, then I'll give you all your money back. You even had fucking stupid guarantees around like, oh, I'll give you your money back, plus I'll pay for, X and X, Y, Z, right? And part of that also comes from Hormozi's $100 million offers. I've already done videos on that. I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah, it distorted people's understanding of what is a good offer. It's a great book, but the guarantees section really fucked a lot of people over. And people felt like the key to business success was by offering a big guarantee. So once he released that book, combined with the competitiveness and the sophistication of the market, it led to every single business owner, especially in the B2B space, right? Agencies, people helping online businesses grow. It led to every single fucking person popping up in your news feed with this big, bold guarantee and this big claim, right? We'll get you this result or we'll give you your money back. We'll get you this result, we'll give you your money back and pay you this much extra. We'll get you this result or we'll work for you for free until we do. All of these, ridiculous claims, right? But here's the problem. At first, it would have worked for the first people that adopted that, right? But now it actually has the opposite effect. So if you're wondering, oh my gosh, I've made such a good offer. I've got this big guarantee. I've got this big claim. Why is no one buying from me? Because you sound the fucking same as everyone else. The amount of agency people I see pop up and it's like a talking head video where they've got the Iman Gadzi fucking lights behind them. They've got the mic popping in from the side and they're like, are you an agency and looking for 90 appointments in fucking 30, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. It's bullshit, right? You sound like everyone else. I see about 100 of them a day. I don't know any of them by name. I can't remember any of their brand or their offers or what they promised. It all just sounds the same, right? And here's the thing, the guarantee of X amount in 90 days, X amount in Y days, all your money back, it's completely lost its magic. And if you've got that in your offer and you're confused why it's not working, you'd probably be better just taking it out. Because right now, it creates more distrust than trust. Because it makes you sound here's the thing, it makes you seem like someone that is so desperate for my business that the only tactic you can revert to is offering a big guarantee to try and get me over the line. And in my head, I'm like, well, why do they have to offer such a big, bold guarantee? Can they not rely on anything else? Can they not rely on their marketing, their sales skills, their social proof, their credibility, their positioning in the market? All of these key elements that goes into creating a good marketing and sales campaign, people have forgotten about, and they just think that they can just slap a guarantee on their offer and it's going to work, right? But that's what I think about when I get people in my friggin' DMs on Twitter, doing these stupid $100 million guarantees. I'm just like, bro, like, you're clearly new. You clearly have no social proof, no credibility. And that's fine. People can start businesses who are brand new. But if you're just relying on a guarantee, it's not going to work, right? And it comes across as like too needy. I start being suspicious of like, why are you offering me such a good guarantee? It's like being in a relationship, right? If you go up to a fucking girl or whoever you want and you start being needy and you're being like, oh, let me do, I'll buy you drinks. I'll take you here. I'll buy you this gift. And sure, there's some gold diggers that would like that stuff, but they're not going to respect you. They'll take your money, but they're not going to want to like have a long-term relationship with you. If you start coming on too needy in the beginning of a relationship, it actually puts the other person off. And it's the same when you're sliding into someone's DMs, telling them about your big claim and your big guarantee. Number one, they've heard it all before and probably been burnt by people before. But number two, it's coming across too strong and it's creating more distrust than you feel like it's going to be like, oh, this person must be really good. They're actually thinking, my God, this guy must be so bad that he has to rely on a guarantee to make money. Okay, so it's actually having the opposite effect now, right? One, I've written some notes as usual, just because I can't remember everything when I talk about a video. What I wanted to talk about is that especially in the B2C market, and I understand for a lot of this video I've talked about B2B, but obviously people still have these ridiculous guarantees in B2C markets as well. But especially in the B2C market, people still, even with the rise of personal brands, they still underestimate likability and the connection with the person they're buying from. People still underestimate it. So if you're a loser, or if you're a dickhead, or if I don't like the way you speak, or if I don't like the energy that you have, then I don't care about what guarantee you have. I'm not fucking hiring you. There's some guys out there online that are maybe like business coaches, and I know in their program, they have clients that get good results. I know that they themselves are pretty successful, but I don't like them. I don't vibe with them. I don't enjoy the content. And therefore, I'm never going to pay them. Now, maybe that's fucking dumb, right? Maybe I'm stupid and maybe I should put that to the side and just pay the people. But a lot of people, they don't want to pay someone and learn from someone and spend time on a coaching call with someone, spend time consuming someone's content if you don't like them. So it doesn't matter if you have the best offer or the best guarantee. If you're an idiot or if someone doesn't like you, then they're not going to pay you. So creating a brand or having like a personality that is likable and building that connection with an audience is going to do much more for your sales and your conversion rates than just slapping on a guarantee. And I think it's, something a lot of people will miss. So at the end of the day, like, if you look at Hormozy, who did the $100 million offer, right? I'm sure I'm sure like a good amount of his success with Gym Launch was down to his great offer, right? It sounds like he got the offer nailed. It was very good. He was ahead of his time in terms of the marketing space, offering these big guarantees and these big offers. But if you look at Hormozy, well, number one, like, he was in the gym space. He's fucking jacked. And people are kind of like, in the beginning, everyone respected Hormozy, and now people are throwing hate on him, saying he's like a lonely loser and they don't like his relationship. Whatever, I'm not here to comment on that. I think he's a pretty cool guy. And he is, and for a lot of people, he is pretty cool. He's like jacked. He was earning a lot of money. He had this big business. He's kind of funny, doesn't take himself too seriously, had like a fucking mustache. So like, he's obviously has a good like sense of humor. Like, he's not like stuck up or anything like that. And I think a lot of these gym owners would have looked at him and thought, he's a pretty fucking cool guy. Like, I want to be around that guy. I want to learn from him. So yes, his guarantee was good. Yes, I'm sure he had a good service and all that stuff. But like him himself as the personality, like he's grown a big following as well. So he's obviously like charismatic. He's good on camera. Like that stuff also has a huge impact on whether someone buys. Same with, Sam Sulek, right? People vibe with him. Is his advice in the gym the best? Potentially not, right? He's kind of like, he'll probably admit it, he's like on the job learning himself. He's still young, but he's likable, relatable. So people want to watch his content and people would happily buy from him. If he had like a fucking app or something like that, he would make a shitload of money if he sold that without a guarantee, right? He'd have no guarantee. But then you got fucking Bob the bodybuilder trying to fucking be like, oh, I'll get you shredded in 9 weeks or your money back and all that shit. And no one's buying because no one vibes with him. So personality in that relationship has a huge impact still, regardless of your guarantee. I saw like, there's a lot of these like fitness guys who are doing like these masterminds here in Dubai. And you have a lot of people from the UK and Europe flying out to these people. And these people are paying like 5 to 10 grand for like a 2-day event. I don't know the exact, I think it's like 5 to 10K for like a 3-day event, 3-day mastermind. And yes, there's like business talks and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like them training in the gym and them networking with the people there. And I guarantee that a lot of those people are just paying 5 to 10K because they want to be around the influencer, right? They follow that guy. They follow his lifestyle. They think he's got a good physique. And in their mind, they're probably thinking, oh, I'm going to fly out to Dubai and I'm going to become good friends with this guy. We're going to hit it off. We're going to collaborate. We're going to hang out. We're going to create content together. Blah, blah, blah. And whether that happens or not, I don't know. Probably not. But people aren't paying the 5 to 10K for the result. They're paying it because they want to be fucking friends with the person they're buying from. And that's like an extreme example. But again, I still think these people who are confused of like, oh, I've got a really good offer. Why is no one buying from me? They don't understand or they underestimate the relationship part of selling an offer. It's like intangible, right? You could teach it, I suppose, or you could give them advice on how to be like more relatable or better in that respect. But it's not like a formula you can write down like Hormozi did in the $100 million offers where he was like, this is the formula for a good offer. So it's like more of an intangible thing. Now, I understand in B2B and business, offers are allowed to be a little bit more logical and results focused. So like for my agency, yes, the person on the phone with me needs to like trust me and, they've got to believe that I'm not like a scammer and I'm actually, a good person. But for the most part, if I've got the results, credibility, social proof, referrals, then they're much more likely to pay me, right? Even if we don't completely vibe. B2C, very, very different, okay? So if your offer isn't working, then probably scrap it and focus on the other areas of the business. Because again, if you have the messaging right, the connection, the positioning, then you shouldn't, and you're actually like, you're good at marketing, you're good at copywriting, you're good at sales, then you shouldn't have to rely on a guarantee to make you money. And again, because of Hormozi and because of the book and because of like the sophistication of the market, everyone is aware now of like this big push on guarantees. There's not that many markets in the online business space and online education space that haven't been blasted with 1,000 different $100 million offers. And it's very clear when someone messages me if they've just read the book, because it'll be like copy and paste from one of the pages. So scrap your fucking guarantee, right? It's not, and also, this is going off on a tangent, but it doesn't even attract the best customers because you're just attracting people that don't want to risk anything. And therefore, they're probably, if something goes wrong or they face a challenge early on in the relationship, they'll probably be like, right, just refund me. I don't want to take the risk. Whereas like if you get like a mature business owner who understands there's going to be challenges along the way and doesn't need like a guarantee of the money back, then you're much more likely to have like a more seamless relationship. So yeah, Anyway, fuck the guarantee, take it off, focus on the other things that matter, and you'll probably make more money.